something crazy is happening right now. I was just in bed watching some YouTube videos, you know, as you do. I was just about to put my phone away and I get a notification saying that the northern lights will be visible from where I am tonight. When I got that notification saying that the northern lights were happening, I ran outside with my phone to take a picture, and when I saw what my phone camera captured, I knew I had to come outside and try and take these images with a proper camera with proper long exposures. And yeah, I'm so excited. That's pretty cool, as I'm not particularly north. But you know, every once in a while the northern lights are visible around these areas in New Brunswick. We don't get the super dramatic light moving in the sky, but we get some glow. And what makes it particularly interesting tonight is that there's also the peak of a meteor shower. Every August, around this time, the Perseus meteor shower happens, and it just happens that tonight and tomorrow night are the peak. So there's apparently all kinds of meteors, and I've seen quite a few. When I first came out, I saw a couple of really big flashes. The last few I've seen have sort of just been streaks, but it's here. The northern lights are here, and it's a meteor shower, so it's crazy. The one kind of photography I know absolutely nothing about is astrophotography, though. So this is going to be a run and gun learning experience for me, and maybe I'll get an image I'm happy with. To be completely honest, I'm insanely overwhelmed right now, but I'm going to try and take some images of the northern lights, simply because if any kind of cloud rolls in, which they're calling for, then I won't be able to see them at all. The only issue is I keep blinding myself with this light and getting bombarded with bugs. So I'm not sure how I'm going to film myself, but I'll think of something. It's also worth noting, I'm just in my backyard because this was not planned whatsoever. That's right where I wanted to go, sweetie. Do you mind if I walk past you? Yeah? All right. I'm gonna keep going, honey. So I've come all the way down to the edge of our property, which is, we're very fortunate, we live right on the water. But one issue that I'm having is directly north is right in front of me, and we're sort of in a valley. So it's kind of blocking the horizon, but you can still see some gorgeous green in the sky. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I don't think I conveyed it particularly well. The light doesn't necessarily dance much around here, but you just get beautiful colors. And I just captured one image, and it was at 1/20th of a second, ISO 800, and f2.8. And I was fortunate enough, actually, it's pretty cool. You can see the beautiful green of the northern lights, the aurora borealis, and the Starlink is zipping through the middle of the frame as well. And there's also even, I believe there's a meteor. So my first image has a lot of cool interest. Problem is it's not framed up particularly well. I think that I'm going to experiment a little bit with shutter speed. Because for the aurora, I don't think I need to have such a long exposure. If I just increase my ISO, that might do it. And I also might reposition myself a little bit so that I am down close to the water, because unfortunately there's a couple of really bright lights behind me, and also across the water. So they're going to be in the frame if I try and just shoot directly into the sky. So my thinking is that if I get low to the ground next to the water, I can just get some cool reflections and maybe a little bit of the sky in it as well. So that's the plan. Let's see if I can make it happen. So I've made it down close to the shore of the water here, and something that's actually working in my favor is that the water level is a lot lower today than it should be. But because of that, I can get a little bit farther out than normal, and I can kind of line up a shot like downstream, and I'm looking directly at the brightest part of the aurora right now. And the biggest distraction is just some lights across the water, but I don't think they're too bad overall. And I think the benefit of having the green reflection in the water as well makes this a much nicer image than the previous one. And something I've changed as well is I've reduced my shutter speed down to 1/5 of a second from 1/20th of a second. And because of that, I've also had to increase my ISO, but I also think that's beneficial, just because the few images I've taken, the faster shutter speed, so 1/5 of a, or sorry, 5 seconds, puts a little bit more texture in the light, whereas the 20-second exposure makes it all kind of one seamless green blob. And I think I like having I think I like the 5-second exposure more, but please let me know which one you prefer. Note to self, it's hard to know where the water starts. Good thing the water's warm, because I just totally soaked my Crocs. Wow. It is so cool. Flashlights and bugs. Not the best combination for me. I might actually try a little bit of light painting just on these rocks in front of me. Turn this down a bit because I think it's probably too bright. There. And we'll see how this goes. It's Tim from the future here. This first attempt at light painting did not go very well. The light is too harsh, the exposure wasn't right, and turning my headlight on also attracted a lot of bugs. So the long exposure of bugs left some streaks in this image. This is an unedited raw file. I didn't even bother editing them because I don't think I can recover anything useful from them. But it was fun to try, and maybe I'll be more successful next time. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Apologies for it being so dark, but I was really frantic and this was super sporadic, so this was the best I could do. But I hope you enjoy the video and watch to the end, because I'll share some more images of the Milky Way. Bye for now. I'm doing a whole bunch of things I've never done before. Light painting, astrophotography, taking pictures of the northern lights. I'm not disappointed, but I wish that there was a little bit of red or pink in the sky, but it's just green. But it's very green. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm going to move a bit. Oh God, you can't, this is slightly creepy. Hold on a sec. Okay, use that light, not the headlight. I'm really happy with those images. Nice green northern lights. I don't think I saw any meteors in those images, but the last image I took, it seems like that there might be some more red, sort of more to the west. So I'm gonna walk over a little bit farther across, and oh my goodness. Holy shit, it's popping off. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh, go away. Oh my goodness. It's so bright right now. It's actually like lighting up the sky. This is not straight. I'll pretend to bend. I am absolutely speechless right now. Right after I was just complaining about there being no red in the sky, it just lit up everything. Like it's bright outside right now. There's red and there's greens, and I can see it with my naked eye, and I am absolutely ecstatic. I've never seen the northern lights like this. I've seen just weird glows here and there, but never have I seen them actually like moving around with my own eyes, and it's so cool. I'm not filming anything because I can't. Things are happening really fast, and I've never taken pictures like this, so I don't know what I'm doing. But I've kind of not even focusing on the meteors at all anymore. Some of the images of the northern lights have a couple streaks from the meteors, but right now I'm so jazzed about the northern lights. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Most of the red light has gone. There's still a little bit directly in front of me, but there's a really, really bright light on a house back there, which is unfortunate because that's where the best red light was. But I'm trying to frame up an image of these two big pine trees, and then a little bit of red above them, and then lots of bright green light over the water. And I really have settled on a 5 seconds as my exposure. I think it gives, of the shutter speeds I've tested, it gives me the best balance between long enough to get a bright enough exposure, but also enough detail in the northern lights. And yeah, I'm quite happy with them. They're turning out quite nicely. And I'm insanely happy I'm wearing Crocs because I've already stepped in the water like 3 or 4 times. And it's very squishy because normally where I'm standing is submerged. Scared. I just missed a huge meteor. I think I'm gonna line up. I know, I apologize, you can't see me. I'm gonna line up one more composition with northern lights. I just checked, and as the night progresses, they're gonna get weaker and weaker. And having not planned this, and it being pitch black, I don't think I'll get a better composition in the dark. It's hard to kind of navigate, but I'm really happy with what I've got. I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna try and frame up a rock in the foreground with some water, and then maybe light paint on a tree. We'll try that. And then I'm gonna try and capture a couple meteors before I call it a night, because I have to get up really, really, really soon. So looking at the images in front of me, just on the back of my camera here, where I tried to light paint, I'm not a huge fan actually. I think I prefer the images where everything is sort of silhouetted or dark, except the lights. And yeah, there's a surprising number of images that actually have some streaks from the meteors in the background as well, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen any of the really big flashes. I haven't captured any of those on camera. But I think that's my next plan. I might spin the camera around a little bit. There seems to be more meteors behind me in the opposite direction of the northern lights. Yeah. So unless something super crazy happens and the sky just lights up like fire again, I might try and capture some images a little different now. Mind you, I still have no clue what I'm doing. So it's pitch black. I guess you can see my microphone light, maybe that's about it. There's a deer snorting up on the hill behind me, kind of scaring me a little bit. And birds are making weird noises. But I haven't been scared by a beaver yet, which is promising, because they scare the crap out of me when they slap their tail in the water. As long as I don't get jumped by a deer or sprayed by a skunk, I'll be happy. I can't get over how cool this is. Wow, the test pictures I took from my backyard to the, oh my goodness. The reds. Oh. These pictures look amazing on the back of my camera. I hope they don't take much editing, because I have no idea how I would edit these. I hope that once I look at them on my computer, they're exposed correctly and they're sharp enough, because no idea how I would manipulate them at all. What I'm doing now is I'm setting up interval shooting on my camera. I'll take an image every second for the next 5-10 minutes, sort of just pointing directly at the sky in front of me. Hopefully I'll catch one of the big fireballs. I'm shooting at, I've changed my settings again, so now I'm shooting with 20-second exposure, f2.8, and ISO 160 again. The thinking behind this is that I want to have a longer exposure to get the full trail if I see a really big meteor. So that's the plan. My first attempt with my interval timer to capture some streaks from the meteors, no fruit. I just checked all the images over 10 minutes. it didn't capture anything. So I have my camera set up again down by the water with another composition. This time I actually turned it back towards where the northern lights are. They're not nearly as bright as they were earlier, but they're still visible with a longer exposure of about 5 seconds. And hopefully I get something over there. But if not, I am ecstatic with, oh gosh. I've brought the portable sun with me. Apparently the moths are having a heyday. Yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic with the northern lights. I mean, this is the first time I've ever like truly experienced them with my own eyes, plus getting some images of them. That's an absolute bonus. What a treat that was. And yeah, I almost didn't come out, if I'm being honest. The last few times that we've had the possibility of seeing northern lights here, I haven't seen them. It's been too cloudy, or they've been kind of behind the hill in front of me. But yeah, I can't believe what I saw tonight. And I'm quite happy with the images too. For my first attempt at really any kind of astrophotography, being such a cool experience like this with the northern lights in August. Yeah, I can't beat that. And honestly, I'm not really that upset if I don't get any cool pictures of the meteors. They happen every year, like clockwork. So if I don't get something this year, I always have next year. But this northern lights is pretty special. I'm having so much fun taking these images. Like, oh my goodness. They're just amazing. This has actually been a really good learning experience for me, because I've been playing around with different exposure settings, whether I want a longer shutter speed or if I want a higher ISO. And I don't know, next time I have an opportunity to photograph northern lights or some other cool celestial event, I'll have more experience and I'll be more well prepared. Maybe I'll have to go up to northern Scandinavia, Finland, Norway, truly see the northern lights. What am I talking about? I mean, I can just go to northern Canada. Maybe that's, although it's probably more expensive. Oh, I'm rambling, but it's 2:30 in the morning. I have to be up at 6, so in 3.5 hours, to spend the afternoon in a swamp catching bugs and fish. So yeah, this has been great. If I capture any images in the next 15 minutes with my current interval timer of any nice meteors, I'll share them. If not, I will chuck a couple extra images of the northern lights at the end of this video. I didn't really film anything, sorry. This was totally unplanned, and I don't know how to film myself in the dark. It's a lot more challenging. All right, I've really got to go to bed. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked any of the images, let me know what your favorites were. And if you didn't like this video, well, I apologize, but come back for the next one, because it'll probably be more well planned out than this. See you next time.